Hi guys, Lori Ballen in Las Vegas, and in this video I'm going to show you how I create an Easter egg hunt, spring egg hunt, whatever you'd like to call it, for my particular neighborhood that generates thousands of visits during the spring season, mostly local visitors, which is very beneficial to a real estate agent website. I focus a lot on hyperlocal marketing. So what you'll see here is I've got an intro. This was 2019. I've got a video, and then I've got a list of everywhere they can go to look at homes. You can see on this website, I also have, here's my pop-up call to action for real estate. There's real estate listings on the side. On an app, you can see it on the top and bottom in the sticky header and sticky footer. So there's lots of reasons to do this. Now, are they likely to come look at your egg hunt and say, oh, let me look at real estate? No, not if that's not what they're in the market for. But it does create a relationship between the consumer and your website, which helps prove that you are the local specialist. It helps show Google that your website is relative, that you're an authority in your market. So there's a lot of benefit. I'm not going to go into all of it today, but I am going to show you how I create this because I actually have a new one I need to do anyway. So here's what I've done. This is my Las Vegas website. I'm in Las Vegas, and I now am dividing up my websites into smaller, niche-focused areas, niches, so that I could be even more relative and even speak better to my current customers. So I started a new website over here called Go Summerlin. Summerlin is a master plan community where I live. We have 100,000 residents. So for this particular case, I need to start a new one only for Summerlin. So here's the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to go up here to new and I'm going to click post. Now, if you're not using WordPress, just follow along with the concepts with me for a minute, because it's less about the platform I'm using specifically and more about how I'm creating, what I'm creating, why I'm creating it, the call to action. And so that's best if you just follow along. If you do need a website, I've got a couple options for you. My brothers, Jeff and Paul, over at ballenbrands.com, own a digital marketing company. They build small business websites, and they specialize in real estate agent websites. So you can go over there and get your brew, we call it, and start on your website there. I also have on YouTube, which is youtube.com/Lori Ballen. I have this how to install WordPress, a step-by-step guide for 2020. You can see here I have everything from registering your domain name, setting up your SSL certificate, picking your host, adding a theme on and setting that all up. So you can check that out as well. And if you need to, just comment or reach out to me below if you need any of those links and can't find them. Okay, so here we go. So what we're going to start off with is a title. And I'm going to suggest that you do a little bit of research for your particular area. So for example, let me go to Google and I'm going to type in something like Summerlin Easter egg hunt. We're going to look and see what kind of things are people typing in. So here's Summerlin Easter egg hunt 2019, downtown Summerlin Easter egg hunt Summerlin, golden Easter egg hunt downtown Summerlin. Okay, and then let me change out. Let me see if I could change out to Summerlin spring egg. Okay, egg hunt. Let's just change it to egg hunts. Okay, there we go. So Summerlin egg hunt. So it's going to be up to you whether or not you want to use. You think it should be Easter or spring egg or just egg hunt. I think overall, let me see what they're looking in my area. They're calling them, okay, Easter extravaganza, the Great Easter Egg Hunt, first annual Easter egg hunt. So in my area, obviously Easter is definitely what they're calling it. So I'm going to put Easter egg hunts in Summerlin, something like that. Okay. Now the first part of your blog would be an intro. This is going to be something like, enjoy finding a Summerlin Easter egg hunt near you. In fact, I'm going to change that, put Summerlin Easter egg hunt. So I'm always thinking about SEO, search engine optimization, ranking on the search engines. So I generally will have kind of a target phrase. While you don't necessarily have to think about keywords in the old school way, it's still kind of a best practice to have a desired phrase in mind that you're going to put in your title, your intro, your URL, your image optimization, anything like that. So I kind of have that in mind. So Summerlin Easter egg hunt is going to be my target keyword phrase. So I want to repeat that in the title. And then here in the intro, enjoy finding a Summerlin Easter egg hunt. I'm going to put that in the intro so you can see where that is there. And this intro, I'll usually, it's going to be like 150 characters. It's like the size of a tweet, typically. Okay. View a list of parks and businesses. Maybe we'll say a list of businesses, parks, and organizations hosting Easter egg hunts in Summerlin. Okay, now if I was just doing all of Las Vegas, this is going to be a much, much larger list. Yet Summerlin is also going to have quite a few. There's 100,000 residents in Summerlin, so there will be a lot of Easter egg hunts at parks and at the mall. So it doesn't matter, even if there's only 3 in that neighborhood, I want to make sure I have a blog that features them. Okay. Now, the next thing that I usually will do here is I will put a video, image, or pin. A video, an image, or pin. So what I'll do is I will go over to YouTube and I'll type something in like Summerlin egg hunt. Let's just take a look and see what's on YouTube. Okay, so there's somebody that did one a year ago. So he's just kind of getting the general location. Sometimes there will be something, spending Easter in Vegas, family fun day, Easter egg hunt. Okay, so if it makes sense to do one that is an older video, this one might be cute. Hold on.
Dad's presents. The Easter Bunny.
Okay, so this is cute. So when you include a video on your blog, you're going to increase the user experience. You can increase dwell time on your website, which can help with website ranking, how long they spend on your website. So if you can find one that is relative to the area. Now, what I sometimes will do is I'll put one like this on there. But then as we get closer, I'm months ahead right now creating my blog. So it gets a little bit tough because there's not a lot of new marketing out yet for the year. We just had Valentine's Day and we're going to have St. Patrick's Day and pub crawls in the middle. But I want to start working on that Easter egg one so I can start getting it to rank and get people to find it as soon as they start searching. You'd be amazed how early people start searching for things to do with their kids. So I might use this one and then come back later and update it when some new material comes out, when people start promoting the new stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right here to share. And if you click that embed button and you see this code pop up, you have permission to use this on your website. It's encouraged by YouTube. It's permitted by the person that uploaded the video because they uploaded it in this form. If you were not able to embed it, they would have not checked off the embed option. And therefore, when you click embed, it would be grayed out. Okay. So you can, however your theme works, some work better with the share link and on using like content blocks, and others work better with the embed code. So you'll have to look at what's best for you. Okay. Some of them you can just click copy right there on the share link, go back to our blog, and just simply, literally just paste that link right there and WordPress will pull up the video for you. So if it shows fine on mobile and on your desktop with your theme, then you don't need to edit it. If you need to edit it with the embed code or an embed content block, you can do that, okay? And then underneath this video, there's likely to be some sort of call to action in my case. So this is going to be something like a button or a banner or a download option. So for my Las Vegas one, you can see here what we did. Let's see, did I get out of it? I guess I did. So I have the list of Easter egg hunts, and then I make an offer to give them a map of where all the Easter egg hunts are. So this was my Las Vegas one last year. And they put in their information, download a free copy here, and then they'll get whatever this year's is. So look at this one. This one was 2015. Oh my gosh. So there was the map. Here's a list of them, and then they can print it and take it with them, right? So that's kind of that's the idea there. You can put it on a simple Word document or a PDF and give them a list. They'll register. The concept is if there's something of value, they will register for it, and now they're in your hyperlocal list that you can market to, and they can unsubscribe, of course. So we'll have to think about what that might be. Sometimes it's a Groupon. I don't know if there's going to be any, but I might go over to Groupon and type something in and see if they have. Well, in this particular case for Easter egg hunts, it may not be as beneficial to you. I have an affiliate relationship with Groupon, so if somebody buys a Groupon, I actually receive a benefit. If we're just trying to do lead capture, we probably want to offer something that we made, our own content. Now, you can reach out to the people hosting the Easter egg hunts and say, hey, I've got followers. Is there something I can offer them? Is there a discount, or can they get a free? What can they get for free for registering? So you just have to think of what it is for you. But a basic list, most people will register for, or a map of them they'll register for. I do have a video that teaches you how to create the Google map quite simply as well. So that's what's going to go here, some sort of call to action button. And then I will quite often create a pin. So I use Canva. I'll give you a quick look here. And Canva has a free version. They have a paid version as well. I'm going to go to create a design, and I'm going to create 1000 by 1500, or you can just go to the pin options as well. And then up here, I'll type something in like egg hunt. And let's see what they have that I might like as my pin. Look at all these options, plenty of options. Now, if you wanted to, your egg hunt could actually be an Easter blog in general. Where to see the Easter bunny, pictures of the Easter egg bunny, Easter brunch, Easter egg hunts. So instead of just Easter egg hunt for my blog right here, I could actually call that Easter in Summerlin, something like this. Watch, Easter in Summerlin, egg hunts, brunch, and bunny. You see what I mean? Now your whole blog could be about all of them. And depending on how much of this you have, you'll have to decide. Generally speaking, the more niche focused you could go, the better off you can rank. Yet long form content does really well, so it might be of benefit to put it all on one page. Really kind of depends on the competition and the market and what you want to do. Okay, so if I was going to do that, then what I would put here on top is Easter egg hunts. I think I will put mine all on one page for the smaller community of Summerlin versus Vegas. And then I'm going to change this to a heading 2. So for proper SEO, for search engine optimization, it's a good idea to use heading tags, we call them. So heading 1 is going to be the title of your blog, which is the largest heading. And then these heading 2s are going to be the paragraph headings, right? So Summerlin Easter egg hunts. Then the next paragraph would be Summerlin Easter dinner or Easter. I have to look that up. Easter dining, Easter Easter meals. I need to look up and see. You know what? Let me see what this does. Easter dinner. Let me see what it's suggesting here. Easter dinner menu, Easter dinner. Summerlin, Easter bunny, Easter brunch. Oh, I was right on. I don't know why I need to do that. Okay, well, so it seems like brunch for us is probably bigger for some reason. And if you start typing in more letters, it'll start showing you more ideas. Summerlin Easter Bunny, Summerlin Easter Bunny pictures, Easter brunch, the Easter mall, Easter dinner. Yeah, see, Easter dinner is not even a thing here. Not even listed as a thing. Breakfast? No. Okay, we'll just stay with brunch. And then if there's more, I can add them on if I find things that I decide are worth it. Okay, so Easter brunch and Easter bunny. And I'm going to make all of those paragraph 2 headings. So now under each one of these, there's going to be we're going to fill some items in. Okay, and I'm going to show you how we go find those. Now let me just give you a couple more best practices here as we're rolling this out. This intro here, so enjoy finding a Summerlin Easter egg hunt, Easter brunch, or Easter bunny near you. So that's how I would change it. Hosting Easter egg hunts, brunch, and bunny photos in Summerlin. So then I'm going to copy that intro. And I use this now for my excerpt. So I'm going to click on document. And if I didn't mention it already, I use WordPress Gutenberg, which is the current WordPress editor that uses content blocks. I'm obsessed with it. It's my favorite. So if you don't have it and you're just using the classic editor, then you will create like you always have. Or you can just go in and change the settings and upgrade to content blocks. It's not an additional fee typically. It's just a toggle. If you go down here to settings, and I believe it's in reading, there will be a little toggle that says use classic editor or content blocks. You want to activate content blocks. You may need to update your WordPress to the newest WordPress, or make sure that your theme allows for WordPress Gutenberg. Okay. Again, comment below or message us, ask us if you have questions. Okay. So now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to put this in category. So we have holidays, Summerlin Life, holidays. And under holidays, yeah, I don't know why Christmas isn't under holidays. I'm looking at that now, but that's okay. Well, I'm going to add Easter, and I'm going to put that under holidays. So that's my category, add new category. Then I'm going to add a featured image. Oh, I was going to show you Canva, so I'll show you that in just a second. So I'm going to add a featured image once I make it in Canva. And then here's that excerpt. So I paste this here. And then I have a default setting in my Yoast SEO plugin that allows me to say whatever my excerpt is, also make it my meta description. And that's done in Yoast SEO. I also have a video on how that is done. Okay. But it's quite simple. You just set it up in your default settings. You put in the excerpt variable in the description, and then every time it will populate your excerpt in here. So those are just some basic steps. Now going over to Canva again. So all we have to do is just pick any of the themes here. Easter. It doesn't even have to be a Easter theme. You can design from scratch. You can do whatever you want. But maybe we do something like this, Happy Easter. And then up in here, I'm going to change this to Easter. I'm going to put Summerlin. Easter events. Egg hunts. Bunny. And brunch. And then maybe this one here will say Lori Ballen team. And this one over here would have my URL, gosummerlin.com. See how easy that is? So quick. Then I would go up here and download it. I'm going to click the little arrow. I'm going to change this to a JPG because those ping files, oops, I just found a typo, can often be too large when they're downloaded. Let me just make sure. Summerlin Easter events. Lori Ballen team, egg hunts, bunny brunch. Okay. Download, change that to a JPEG in this particular case. And file size doesn't even have to be large. Download that to a medium. If you download them in Ping and you have a 1 megabyte file without resizing it, it's going to delay your load time on your website, which is not, we don't want that at all. So we want to make those smaller. So Summerlin Easter events, I'm going to put that on my desktop, and that is a pin. And I like to often use pins on my blogs because people may repin it to their Pinterest boards, and I'm doing a lot today with pinning. So in that particular case, I might put my pin somewhere in between the headings because I don't want it right up against that video. It might be towards the bottom, but for now, let's just go ahead and put it in between brunch and bunny. So I'm just going to click that little plus sign. I'm going to go to an image block, upload, and then we're going to find that one we just downloaded. Now, I would say for Pinterest, if I'm going to be really focusing on ranking for a pin, I want to have a bunny on the picture, an egg on the picture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make like a bunch of different pins to pin, but we'll get into that when we get to when we do work on Pinterest, okay? So anyway, I'll put that in there in between a couple of these headings, and I'll give it, it's a picture of an Easter, I don't even know what that is, Easter decor, offering Summerlin Easter events, okay? And I'm going to center mine just in case, depending on how that comes up. Okay, so now we did that. And next, we're going to add in some Summerlin Easter egg hunts. So how I would find these is quite typically for me, I start with Facebook. And I'll type something in like Summerlin Easter egg hunt. Now, as we get closer to the event, you'll start finding fresh ones of these that are already pre-established. But if not, you might be running into a bunch of old hunts. But let's just go ahead and grab. So this one is a page. I can see that. So Summerlin Easter egg hunt page. Let's just start with that, and then we'll go to events. So let's look at it. Summerlin Easter egg hunt. Join us Easter Sunday. What we're looking for is the date to see if this is this year or last year. And see, we're still seeing 2019. So it doesn't yet look like, so this looks like it's for a church, Summerlin Church. So what I could do then is go over to Google and type in, let's go to Summerlin Church, Easter egg 2020. Up. Ooh, okay, hold on. That's a private blog. That's my blog. 2019. Okay, so if we don't see it yet, we could put a placeholder there and add it in, or we can just keep moving on and finding ones that are current, okay? So for example, as I'm Googling, this one here says 2020. So let me click on this and see whose blog this is. Okay, Las Vegas Easter egg hunts updated for 2020. So sometimes we will wind up on a just a general blog about Easter egg hunts from either it could be another real estate agent, it could be a hyperlocal blogger. There's nothing wrong with clicking through there and checking if they're current as well and adding them. But remember, in my case, I'm looking very specifically for Summerlin. I don't see anything on here for Summerlin. So I'm going to go back a second and continue looking on Facebook. Okay, so the next thing I would do is go down here to date posted 2020. Let's see if there's anything current. Okay, February 11th. Let's look at this one. Oh, that's her last name is Summerlin. That's so funny. Okay, so that's not local. So we want to choose target location as Las Vegas. Okay, so let me change this now to egg hunt because we've chosen Las Vegas as our location and we've chosen the time as this year. Okay, so I'm seeing some now if I wasn't just looking for Summerlin because there's some some popping up here, but nothing yet for Summerlin. What's going to happen is right here under events, still out of, let's go back to Vegas. There we go. Events, Ladera HOA Easter egg hunt. Let me look at this one. Okay, now what happens on the right-hand side is you start seeing similar events popping up that it might find as are related, and you can decide whether or not that looks like they are related, and if not, then you can pass on it for now. Okay, so this one is an Easter egg hunt I would use. All right, so let's just say I want to go ahead and use this one. So I'm going to go over to my blog. And if you've got two monitors open, this is much easier to do. But I'm going to go ahead and copy this for a second. I'm not going to keep the copied text in there. I'm going to edit it, but I just need to hold my spot. So let me just paste that in there for a second. Okay, so now the first one on the list, I'm going to make a H3, heading 3. So it's kind of like an outline. The title is H1, then the main paragraphs are 2, and then anything under that would be 3. So Summerlin Easter egg hunts is the paragraph H2. Now I'm going to start creating the list. So I would put Ladera Home Owner Association egg hunt. And then underneath that one, or I can do this in a bullet pointed list. So if I want to say, you know, let me make this instead. Let me do it like this and check if I like it better in a list form. So I'm going to drop in a list instead and say Ladera Home Owners Association egg hunt. And then I could put the date, April 4th, 2020, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. at the community park by the pool. Refreshments include cookies and water. See, I'm not copying their exact text, but I'm using the info. And then I'm just going to delete that block. I just kind of put it in there if I'm not using two monitors so that I can see what's happening. Okay, so there's that one, and then I would just delete that, and then I can go on to the next one if I want to do it that way. Okay, now I don't want to do it that way. I think I would rather have the heading, so then I would just change it to Ladera Homeowners Association egg hunt. And now underneath that, if I wanted to, and I'm going to make that the H3, I could do the little bullet points are excellent for breaking up chunky white space. So down here, now I just use all of these for the date, April. I'll just copy that. See this? Okay. And then we're going to put the location, community park by the pool. And then any other notes, free entry or tickets or whatnot. And I'm just going to take this one. We'll copy that. Put it there. Yeah, I like this better. See, that looks great. Okay, and then if I click preview, you're going to be able to start to see what it is that we're developing here. There's your intro, there's your video, and again, if you want to use the embed code, you could make this the full width of your page or something if you would prefer. Call to action button. Now we're starting to see our table of contents develop. This is being populated, this automatic table of contents is being populated with a plugin. There's a couple, there's Table of Contents Pro or Table of Contents Plus, and there's Easy Table of Contents that work very similarly. So you'll see I'll have these are my H2s, Easter egg hunts, Easter brunch, Easter bunny, and then my H3s will be listed under the coordinating paragraph. So this is going to look great once all this content is in here because it's going to be a lot of content. And if a user clicks through and they just want to know about Easter brunch, they can click it and the page will shoot down to the bottom and give them just that area. So it's a great benefit. Now, to continue finding these, Facebook is one spot to look. Google is another spot. In fact, watch this. Sometimes if you type in something like Summerlin and you get the map access, so let's just open a Google map. Depending on your blog or what you're doing, you sometimes can enter something like Easter egg hunts. And if there's something being populated on the map, they'll start to appear here. And you can start going to look at those. So what it looks like it's done primarily is entered a whole bunch of main spots like parks, casinos. And so it might be worth clicking through to those places and seeing if they're having an Easter egg hunt this year. So you might have to go do a little looking, but there's a reason why they're being suggested. And I will tell you, this looks pretty accurate for Vegas. But then I'm going to have to go and look at just in this up here in our Summerlin area instead of everywhere else. So a lot of churches, parks, casinos, our malls, they'll hold Easter egg hunts. So I definitely would do that. And in addition, you can also go to Eventbrite and look in Easter egg hunt or egg hunts. I should just put egg hunt. Egg hunt. Because not everybody calls it Easter egg hunt. Oh, here we go. Aha. Okay. So then we would pick filters any day, pick a date today. Let me see. Does it already know I'm in Vegas? It does. Okay. So now remember, I'm looking for Summerlin. So I could change my keywords and see if anything comes up with the word Summerlin. That one's Henderson, Santa Fe Station. But see how they start popping up in that city? And what will start to happen is as these get closer and closer, you'll see more of them. Also, when you go to Google and you type in Summerlin egg hunt or Summerlin Easter, you can save this search as a Google alert, and you'll get reminders. You'll get an email if something pops up that is like it. So that might be an idea for you as well. In fact, I think we just go to google.com/alerts. Let me make sure that's it. Hold on. Alerts. There we go. Create an alert about Summerlin Easter. I'll do that one first. Create alert, show options, and then you can say, how often do you want to see alerts? And then where do they send it? So you pick the email, or do you want it to be in an RSS feed? And then you'll start getting emails about it. So we did Easter, and then I want to do egg hunt. Egg. So let's just do egg hunt. Okay, and then we'll do create alerts. I'm still seeing a lot that have more to do with 2019. So to complete this today, here's what I'll do. Not on the video, but what I'm going to do today is I'm going to finish finding any that I can find that I know are in Summerlin. I'm going to go look at the Summerlin newsletters. I'm going to go look at the associations. I'm going to go look at the churches. I'm going to go do a little digging to see if there's the places that I know often will hold them, or the major places showing up on the map, if any of them are having them. I'm going to look at Eventbrite. I'm going to look at Facebook, like we talked about. And then also here in Google, you can also look at, Google has events as well. And I just need to see here they are. See this Las Vegas, see how these events start popping up? So go to search more events, and then I would type up something in here like Easter. And then I would start going through these as well to see if they are current. And I think these all should be Easter Bunny Express. Okay, some of these are not only in Las Vegas. Here we go, Tivoli Village. Let me see if that one. 2020, sure enough. So that one's near Summerlin, so I'll definitely go add that. Then after I do that and get all those in there, I've saved my alerts. I'll go down and list all the brunches I can find, and they would look the same way. I'm going to go put the H3s, and then I'm going to put the little list. Then I'm going to do the same thing for Easter Bunny, anywhere I can find that the Easter Bunny is appearing, and then I will publish the blog. Then I will continuously update it week after week after week from now until Easter with any new updates. And I promise you that Facebook events in any, I don't know about the small towns, but in definitely in any city like mine, they will start popping up here like crazy. And then Facebook will start suggesting more of them on the right-hand side. So that'll be a really nice way for you to find a bunch as you start going in. By the time we get into March, we'll start seeing them pop up real regularly. And then I just really quick hop on the blog, update it, and then I add to it. Then what I'll do is I will go over to Pinterest, and for each event, I'll go over to Pinterest and I'll create a pin. And then what you do is just every year you go in and update it. So you look at each of the places you listed the year previously. You don't have to create a whole new blog. You just look at what you listed previously. Are they having it? Yes or no? If not, delete it. And if yes, leave it and then add any new ones so that that one page continues to rank all year long. Don't put a date in your title. Don't put a date in your URL. So in this particular case, permalink is the URL. So this will be whatever comes after my top level domain that tells people what tells the web where to send people. So in my case, it'll be my main domain is gosummerlin.com, and then I would put Easter egg hunts brunch and bunny, or maybe I'm just going to put Easter. But I'm not going to put 2020 in that URL because then it would look bad in 2021 when somebody goes to look at it. So then I can't keep it. This is kind of an evergreen content, even though it's seasonal. It can stay up all the time as long as you update it year over year, okay? There's more places that you can find these lists of events. I just wanted to kind of get you started. And then once you get going on this, use your social media channels, use your groups, LinkedIn groups, social groups. Nextdoor is another great place to find them. Any of those types of places are going to be fantastic. You can go over to YouTube and see what's being promoted and searched. Anything online. You can use other people that have already blogged about it and see if you missed anything. So there's really no reason why you can't start filling this out early and then just fill it in as you go. So I hope that helps. This is a very popular blog, and I'm Lori Ballen in Las Vegas. Thanks.